La Joya ISD community, and welcome to this edition of the Newsroom. Today we'll inform you on the COVID-19 parent notification procedures and campus safety plans. How are parents being notified once there's a positive case on campus, and what are the protocols and procedures La Joya ISD is following? To talk more in this area, we have our Assistant Superintendent for Student Services, Dr. Magda Villarreal. First of all, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure and the opportunity that you're going to give me to communicate this important information to our community.
First, Dr. Villarreal, how are parents being notified once there's a positive case on campus?
Well, thank you so much for that question. You know, as a district, La Joya ISD truly believes in full transparency and making our community, our staff, and our students aware of any COVID-19 positive case that might have occurred within the building or within any facility. So let me just go ahead and tell you the process. The process is that we do have a parent notification letter. That parent notification letter needs to be sent off with our students at the elementary level. Not only that, our principals also need to go ahead and put it in their campus webpage. There's a dashboard called the COVID-19 dashboard, and they are able to upload it there as well, okay? The other thing that we also provide to our parents is notification using our parent link. And that is a process for elementary, and it's similar at the middle school and the high school, for the exception of that the parent notification letter is only sent with our special ed students. However, middle school and high schools also follow the same process of the parent link notification, and also making sure that they update their school COVID-19 dashboard.
Mm-hmm. So parents can access the campus website, and there will be a tab where they will receive the parent notification letter.
Correct. You are correct. Now, something that we need to make very clear is that just because they received a notification doesn't mean that their child had direct contact with either the child or the staff member that was identified with COVID-19 or tested positive for COVID-19. We got to remember that the definition of direct contact is anybody that has been with the person that tested positive longer than 15 minutes and without a face mask, okay? Then that constitutes that this child has been exposed. So now we need to go to the next level. So the next level would be that the campus principal or designee would call the parent, direct contact with the parent, and let them know that their child has been exposed and has been in direct contact with a person or child that tested positive for COVID-19. And those are the processes that we currently have in place. Again, we want to be as transparent as possible and take care of our students and staff and community as well.
Now, what is the safety plan that we have in place for our students and our staff?
Well, there's protocols that we have in place, protocols that our staff members need to follow, also our parents and our students as well. But I do want to touch up on the different things that we've put in place to ensure that these protocols are adhered to or followed, right? In order for us to be able to follow some protocols, we got to make sure that we have the resources. So we have provided resources to all our campus principals so they could go ahead and distribute amongst the different staff members, right? And that is important because one of the things that we have in place as far as a safety procedure is that there's disinfecting that's occurring throughout the day. So our teachers are able to utilize those disinfecting supplies, as well as having our custodians going in there frequently and disinfecting the classrooms, right? Also, one of the things that La Joya ISD has invested in is touchless water stations for our students. And again, everything aiming towards ensuring that the kids don't have that much contact with other things that are commonly used, right? Also, another thing that we've talked about is making sure that our kids have access to hand sanitizers. So parents, if you come and visit our campuses, you'll be able to see that there's hand sanitizing stations in just about every hallway. Not just about, there is in every hallway more than 2 hand sanitizing stations. Also in the cafeteria, we have, more than 2 hand sanitizing stations. We have several because we know that that's where we have most of our kids at one time. Additionally, one of the things that was approved by our school board of trustees and recommended by La Joya administration is air purifiers. So every campus will be having an air purifier to ensure that our kids have the best safe learning environment possible.
And we also have sneeze guards in every desk for every student.
You are correct, Judith. That's something that we started off since last year, making sure that we provided enough sneeze guards for our students, right? To ensure that their area is protected and that they stay within the 3 to 6 feet distancing as well. So again, we want to make sure that our community is aware of everything that we are possibly doing, but at the same time, parents, you're invited to come in and see, all these different procedures that we have in place, the items that have been purchased. That way we could safeguard our students and provide that safe learning environment for all.
Now, if parents have any questions or concerns, who should they first direct their questions to?
Well, if parents have any questions, obviously they need to make sure that they contact the campus principal. That's the first point of contact. They could also contact the campus nurse as well. Our office is always open to any parent, any community member as well over at Student Services. We are here to serve our students, our staff, and our community.
Dr. Vera, I know we also have the COVID-19 dashboard. Tell us a little bit of what that is and how it provides information to our community.
Well, thank you for that question. If any community member, any parent, or even a student is wondering about the positive cases here in our district, you could go to our district webpage and you're able to see an icon on the very top where it says COVID-19 dashboard. And what that does is it provides opportunities for our parents to see the number of active cases at each of the campuses. We think that that's very important information that our parents should have. That is updated every day at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So again, we're trying to be as transparent as possible so our parents can be able to go in there and see, at this particular campus, we have 1 case. At this particular campus, we don't have any. And again, in case they have any questions about the number of, positive cases that are happening at their child's school, they could contact the principal, the campus nurse, or our department, right? And again, full transparency is very important across the board within our community.
Well, thank you, Dr. Vera, for providing all that information for our community. Now, I know we're also still enrolling students for the 2021-2022 school year. Tell us a little bit of that.
Yes, we are still enrolling students for this academic school year. And first of all, I want to start by thanking our parents for entrusting us with their child's, first of all, safety, and secondly, their academics. One of the things that we've seen with the La Joya ISD community is that we're very resilient, we're very hard workers, and we're gonna come out of this very successful only if we work together. So I want to invite those parents that have not registered or enrolled their students to any of our schools to come over and take a campus tour. That's number 1. Number 2, if they have any questions, they could definitely call our department. What we want to do is be able to answer those questions, and that way we could reassure them that here at La Joya ISD, the best interest of our students and staff is the utmost priority for our Board of Trustees, La Joya ISD administration, our campus principals. So again, parents, we welcome you to call in, we welcome you to come and do those tours, and we welcome those questions that you might have.
Yes, our facilities are open for our parents to come in and see everything that we have here at La Joya ISD. Anything else, Dr. Villarreal, that you would like to add?
Absolutely. Just basically a big thank you again to all the staff members here at La Joya ISD for working well with our parents and continuously, staying abreast of all the changes that are occurring, and they're doing their very best to communicate with our parents. And parents, again, mil gracias for always entrusting your kids to us.
Well, thank you, Dr. Villarreal, for providing all this information for our parents. As we all know, it's a shared responsibility to mitigate the spread of COVID-19 in our community and in our campuses. Thank you so much.
It's been a pleasure, Judith. Thank you.
And to our viewers, thank you for joining us in this edition of the Newsroom. And remember to follow us on our social media pages, Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, and Twitter. Till next time.